Hi, it's Chris Watkin here with Rob Sargent on Thursday, the 16th of April. Rob, you're in charge of Say No to Rightmove, the campaign of estate agents trying to make changes to the portal landscape. Rob, we spoke a couple of weeks ago, and I just wanted to catch up with you today to find out exactly what's happening. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some challenging questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely fine, Chris. It's a month actually since this whole campaign actually kicked off, so good timing.
Okay, so it's my understanding now that you have, was it 1,500, 2,000 agents under your banner at the moment, under the bandwagon?
Right now, approaching 1,500 owners, and in office terms, 2,500 offices. We're projecting to at least be at 3,000 offices by the end of the month.
Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, what is the vision? Are you trying to get Rightmove to be free for 4 months and we'll worry about what's going to happen afterwards? Or are you trying to actually change the landscape of portals for the future and open it up to the market? Because if you don't mind me saying, I'm getting mixed messages from everyone. We'll talk about the different groups now, but tell me what your thoughts are, please.
Yeah, it's a fair question, Chris. Priority was to galvanise as many supporters as possible. And it's about primarily, and I've explained this in the last couple of days, saying no to Rightmove. And in a sense, you might think that's a slightly ambiguous statement, but when has anybody actually said no to Rightmove in the last decade? And when has anybody actually had a fair negotiation with Rightmove? It's a pretty one-sided relationship. So for each agent, it's going to mean something slightly different. Some have already left, some are about to leave, and some just want fair value. And that fair value is going to extend beyond the next 4 months. And priority is to get the whole group together and speaking with one voice.
I mean, what would you say to an agent who's in an open contract with Rightmove at the moment? I know there's a lot of people that are tied in, but what would you say to the ones that are in an open rolling contract with Rightmove? Are you telling them to hand their notice in, or are you telling them to watch and wait?
I think for each agent in each different demographic, they've got slightly different pressures and slightly different priorities. One thing's 100% certain, the portal model as a whole has to change. And then the engagement with the portal model by agents will then shift and shape around that. I think the key is now the tipping point. The tipping point is going to come here in 3 to 4 months' time when the discount periods disappear, government support and furloughing disappear. And that's going to really bring this whole argument to an absolute head. For Rightmove to maintain the support of their agents, they're going to have to radically change. We're already seeing Zoopla changing and on the market changing to whatever degree they can afford to at the moment. So it's coming. The tipping point is coming. And I ask agents who've been brilliant in their support, in fairness, to be patient and just continue to grow the support for our group organically, ready for when effectively your D-Day comes. Each agent, it's going to hit them at a different period. That turn back on of extreme cost in a marketplace that isn't ready for it.
I mean, what would you say to agents? A lot of them, I've been on all the groups. You've got your own Facebook group. There's the Boycott Rightmove group, Revolution 2020. It sounds like Top of the Pops from the 1970s, all the different band names. A lot of them are fearful that if they leave Rightmove, they're going to be open to the competition and, you're not on Rightmove, you're not going to sell houses. What would you say to those agents?
I understand that. I've spoken to Revolution 2020, that's David Thomas, Liberty Gate. We're also reaching out to the Boycott Rightmove group as well. I think there has to be a level of respect in amongst the agent community. Everybody is going to be, I've said a moment ago, in a slightly different position. But there is one common message that's coming back. Nobody is ready to return to full tariff in the form it was before and paying for portals in the way that they've paid for them before. And that is absolutely across the board. I'll go on a little bit further. I've spoken to some of the largest non-corporate independents in the country. And in fairness, this battle isn't particularly about them. They pay the least and actually are the smaller part of the market. But again, they concur with the ethos of the campaign. So it's about being treated by a supplier in a way that is aligned with our industry. And we will get there. There is no question we will get there. And it may involve people voting with their feet. Hopefully, it doesn't have that extreme, but if in the end that's what happens, each agent will do it. And I'm confident they'll do it in their time and at a moment that is right for them.
So basically, do you think you've been successful as being one of the main proponents of getting Rightmove down by 75%? And your main goal, your main purpose and your strategy now is to bring agents together to enable them, you know, basically become a union or of some kind or a group to basically persuade Rightmove that they need to change their relationship with the industry. Is that what you aim? Is that the strategy?
Yeah, and actually, it's not just Rightmove. I listened, and this is across the whole piece. I listened to, I can't remember whether it was one of your interviews or a podcast, but I was listening to, again, a supplier to the industry saying agents should take advantage of this moment. We're in a kind of pause where we can reassess and look at what we're doing. And really, they were talking about tech companies coming to tell us what to do, coming to tell us what we're bad at and coming to tell us how they could solve our problem. The reality right now is if we are in a pause where people can entrench and look at what they're doing and how they operate, I suggest the portals do likewise. I suggest the portals go back into their caves, look hard at how they're treating their agents, listen to the agents and work out what a fair offering for our sector is. And that goes across the board. We're very lucky we haven't... Sorry, carry on, Chris, sorry.
And that's both what they charge, but also their attitude in terms of being a servant, not necessarily like someone, I interviewed someone 6 months ago and they said it was like an abusive relationship. Are you looking for more of a partnership, especially from Rightmove, but then with the portals as well?
Rightmove are top of the list because they have the biggest profit margin, they have the most available resource to change. That's why they're top of the list. And as you go down the list of suppliers to our industry, some are brilliant. Some are brilliant. Their reaction's great. They're proactive. They don't need to be asked. They just step in and give the right solutions at the right moment. They're not telling you what to do. They're listening to what you need and then adapting around that. And that's a really vital part of agency going forward.
Do you think? Do you think, I mean, you must be having private conversations with the portals, but do you think the portals themselves are being empathetic to the wider industry? Because it's all very good talking to Rob Sargent, who's, because you're,
Yeah, I get the question. I'm talking deliberately to all three portals. I'm not trying to direct traffic in any specific direction. The conversation started with Rightmove right at the beginning, and it ended up as me screaming down the phone.
And are they listening to you? Are they listening to you, do you think?
I think they're absorbing at the moment. You'd like to think that with the resources they have a plan, and I hope that's coming. I have very good dialogue. Bear in mind, I'm not on Zoopla. I have very, very good dialogue with Zoopla. Zoopla are doing what they can to be agent-friendly and adapt.
Okay,
go on, Chris.
What's your angle on this? What's in it for you? Because I know well that you've got a few people that should be doing estate agency work behind the scenes. I know you've got the on the market shareholder data, and you're contacting all the agents, and you're talking that. I know that's all public. Yeah. Why are you doing all this? What's your angle? Come on, what's in it for you?
This would have been a battle I would have had anyway. It's a battle I should have had. And in fairness, if you can get any comment back from Rightmove, I started banging this drum about a decade ago with them about, in the end, you'll over leverage your position. We last year spent £488,000 with Rightmove. We don't feel that we're being treated in the way any other supplier that is doing that well from us would normally treat us. So that's where it began. There is a lot of portals, providers, tech companies who are approaching me because I guess they see me as some spearhead of a larger group. That's not what it's about. This is about...
we're running out of time. Yeah. What is the one thing you want agents who are sitting on the fence today to do, and say it in the next 10 seconds, please?
You don't need to sit on the fence. You can support Say No to Rightmove on the basis that one way or another it will deliver your objective.
Thank you for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you hopefully in a week or 2 weeks' time with an update. Is that okay?
That'd be perfect, Chris. Thanks a lot.